Robin Chanel.
I'm Emims.
I'm Raven Janae.
And
we are 4L.
Today we have a special guest, our beautiful cousin,
Hello.
Icis.
Icis the
iPod.
Cut it.
Icis the period. This iPod.
Icis Nicole.
You gonna make me say yo
That's a full name.
Icis is joining us today on our part 2 relationship episode.
Yes.
Relationship Unwind. So today we just want to jump right in talking about relationships. On the last episode, we talked about relationships romantically, maybe what you felt like you deserved, what you were looking for, what you were not looking for,
What you were missing,
what you may have been missing, things that you may want to look out for or be curious about when it comes to dating or relationships. But we also want to not only talk about relationships romantically, but we want to talk about family and friendships. And so that's why we invited our cousin. I mean, without putting y'all in our business too much. As y'all know, we kind of had a little spell where we didn't talk for maybe like a year and a half. And people were like, well, where's Icis? Where's Icis? Well,
Here she
is. We're back. We never left. And basically things happen. And as adults, especially women, I feel more than ever.
Yeah.
We have just been taught to be so catty and, passive aggressive within friendships, family and friendships, where if you are uncomfortable with something that a person does or says, you should just be mad, and then it never is addressed.
Right.
And so you don't heal and the relationship's never mends. So we just want to talk about kind of our experiences with that and some things that we feel are relevant to relationships as it pertains to friendships and family members.
Yes.
So we're just going to jump right in.
I think just, with our family, though, in general, we have a really, really close-knit family.
Right.
And, a lot of people kind of tune in and say, like, how, they love our family dynamics. They love how close we are. They love how we celebrate everything. They love how we're always together. But they don't see the dysfunction sometimes.
Yeah.
And I know that's always in in relationships and in different families.
Yeah.
We all go through it.
For sure.
I guess we just,
we learn how to work through it a little bit.
Yeah.
I think because everybody is so vocal in
in
our family.
Right.
Don't care what they say.
A lot of type A personality, for sure.
Yeah, like everybody is going to speak up and be like, hell no, I don't like that.
Yeah.
She said what? I'm gonna let her know, baby. Don't come.
Our number one person is Cheryl Mims.
Y'all,
For sure.
if you
Cheryl,
ever shout out to Auntie Cheryl.
We love you, Cheryl.
Jenny, my mama hold it in sometimes.
Yeah, but Jerry.
Until she get mad.
Yeah.
Until she get mad. Unless you
About her
mess
kids.
with her money and her kids,
And
then
them
she'll be real vocal.
grandkids for sure.
But Pat don't care what she say.
What
You
she
remember
say.
when she told me? She said, "Pooh, your makeup look like you just finna get in the case." And then called me back later and apologized.
Because when she got home, I went over her house. She said, I had seen Pooh makeup or something. She told me, she said, I just feel so bad because I
She
told
said,
my niece
sometimes
that.
I just need to shut the...
She said, I just need to put my foot in my mouth. And I can't believe I told my niece that.
But yeah, we have so many
But
women.
see, she recognized.
Right.
With just so many people, Juke, he does not care what he
No
says.
No filter. Hey, cuz.
That's just gonna tell you, and sometimes that's good to be around those type of people
That's
that
gonna keep
doesn't
it real.
sugarcoat.
You will
They
have
just gonna let
tough
you
skin.
know you have to have tough skin.
Yes,
with our
because
family.
when I met you guys,
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, I just can't come around again because
Why? What happened?
just because we, how our family
just
is.
Isis,
just
everybody
say what
extra.
you feel.
I don't remember though. Like,
I mean,
But Raven is quiet, so coming
So
in,
you know
I know Cheryl might say, "Damn, did she speak?"
Yes.
Yeah.
And if
You
somebody's
know.
not used to that,
That can offend them.
Yeah.
And I tell people
And then
that
even
friends and guys that I date, look, my
You gotta
family
have
is
tough
crazy.
skin.
that's why I don't bring
so
guys
don't
around.
even, trip if somebody says
You have
the
to
wrong
have
so
thing.
we playing devil's
skin
advocate. Do
around
y'all
this
feel
family.
like sometimes we can be a bit too much for people?
Yes,
absolutely.
with Uncle Michael, we were.
Yeah, my sweet Uncle Michael.
And now I'm a part of it.
yeah,
doing people the
you know,
same.
just I think now because
You
we are in
became one of
families
us.
that are
Right.
so aggressive, like our family is so aggressive, like everybody is really aggressive personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I find myself now having to, with my friends,
Warn them.
be careful. No,
Just be careful
as
what
a
you
person,
do. Yeah.
Right.
I have to be careful with like being very vocal about how I feel about something because
Sometimes you're a
and, I mean with my family, it's just like if we don't like that, like
tell each other.
I have had on an outfit or had my hair done or something, and Erica will walk up and be like, don't get your hair like that no more. This ugly. And
Damn,
walk
after you
away.
already
I mean,
had
she
dressed,
ain't gonna say-
you know she don't care
she
what
does
she
not, or she'll say, I don't like that on you, cuz.
She will say it.
But
you know,
but after
You
you
rather
already
hear
had
it
dressed,
from me.
Yes.
You rather hear it from me than
You
to
supposed to
hear
say
it
it.
from
No, you
somebody
supposed,
else.
this is how you say it. Like if she had on something that you didn't like, you don't say anything. The next time you see her, Kim, I like that hairstyle on you. I think this one fits you better than the last one.
Yes, a complimentary.
That'll
way.
make it.
Yeah,
That'll make her
because
be like,
sometimes Erica come out a little rough because sometimes she'll see somebody that's pregnant like, you got to be crazy. You better have a
yeah,
Erica, you cannot tell a person that
Exactly.
and then she end up pregnant.
okay, I had
You
it.
gonna get all this shit, all of it back.
Do you do that to
I
people?
know. I do. Girl, I
She
did it to
does.
so
Erica,
many
ma'am.
people.
That's
That's
not
because she
nice.
don't. That's because she don't like labor. So she just thinking like, damn, you gonna take that
I
pain
be
again?
like, what do people be thinking about? Like, why?
Same thing
You
you
know,
was
and
thinking.
then here I am.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
Stop.
but I don't think she means any harm.
I don't be meaning
but,
no
you
harm.
know,
we
it's just,
don't. And I mean, even with friends, I can remember like literally something coming out my mouth, and I'd be like, Kim, this is not your family member. You cannot tell them that. Like it's too much. They might not be able to take it.
Yeah.
And so,
I think I've mastered that, knowing like who I can be real vocal with and who I can't. Not saying who I can, but who I don't choose to. Because I think I've had that conversation with Cheryl sometimes. She may say, it could be one of my friends, and she'll say, oh, okay, we just graduated from high school. Where you going to college? I'm not going to college. And she, gets like in a rage, like everyone should go to college. What is your future going to be like? And I'm like, sure, they're not in your family. Why you care?
Yeah.
If this was your family,
not.
like sometimes you have to distinguish like
What
when
you
you need
say.
to be vocal. Like it doesn't even matter to them how you feel and to you
Yeah,
how
vice
where they
versa.
going.
Yeah.
You
Because
know,
at
so
the end of the day, it's their decision.
And then
Right.
sometimes when you have opinions about like stuff with your friends or whatever, or even associates, they may take it like as you hating or something, or
Yeah.
like, oh, she always got something to say, but you not thinking nothing negative in your head.
yeah.
But
It's
to them
just-
it is. So that's why I just bite my tongue about it.
And
I
then
just think it in my head and
sometimes
go on.
when you feel like it's
Fact.
important that you share it, maybe is how you do it.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's definitely
it's
Yeah.
just the two of
Yeah.
y'all versus
Being
in a
in a
group,
group.
or
Right.
you get what I'm saying.
A lot of
So
people still don't
sometimes
think
it just
well, though.
they don't, but it's ways around
Around
it
it.
that it can be a little
Like,
more
not what you
less
say, how you say
offensive
it.
and a
Right.
little more sensitive. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do y'all think that when you're dating someone, they should be able to address your family about a issue that is between y'all?
Before you even get it out, no man.
I don't think that. And that has happened to us.
Yeah, I don't think
But
so.
I don't think that. I think if I'm dating a guy and if I've had a feud with you guys and I'm talking to him about it, he should not discuss that because
all.
I'm talking to my significant other about something that's going on with me. That's
Yeah,
not his
venting,
place to.
right.
You get what I'm saying?
exactly.
I don't think that. I don't
Yeah.
think that at all. I think that's so tacky, and and it starts mess because it makes your family feel that you're talking
About
Outside
to
the
your,
table.
which that's what you're
You
gonna do
just- yeah,
anyway.
yeah, somebody
In a
needs to-
relationship,
yeah.
you're gonna talk. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to Juke and I'm gonna express to him things. I'm gonna talk to my mom about things. I'm gonna talk to
Yeah.
y'all about
Yeah.
things. That don't mean y'all take it back to the person that I'm talking about. Like
Right.
I just want to vent, and I just
Yeah,
want
wanna get
sometimes
it
to
out.
see, am I wrong?
Right.
Give me your
Yeah.
take on
Yeah.
it. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I definitely do not agree with that.
No,
Okay.
And I know who you're talking about.
I don't know.
Oh my.
Well, in the words of our favorite Uncle Rodney, like he told my fiance, in a family, men and women, if a family feud is happening and your dude or girlfriend bring you in and be like, yeah, then you be like, man, I'm gonna cuss, man, I'm gonna say something.
No, you're gonna be
I'm
quiet.
getting in for you. Do not
not enter.
Because guess what? The family is gonna be done beefing.
They're gonna be back friends in a week.
And
And
upset
guess
with
what?
you.
And
you
mad
can't
at
even
you.
call
and they're
them.
not
That's
gonna
true.
ever like you again.
And you can't ever come again. Period.
Don't bring Jack back to
you
my
can't,
house.
You can't get in there.
Yeah, so don't.
Yeah.
don't-
Even when people ask me like, "What you feel?" I be quiet them over. I ain't getting in there.
I ain't got
Now I
nothing to
want. Cause y'all be right back cool
And
tomorrow, baby.
I don't even want you to.
And I don't
say
even
my
want
name
you when I call you mad about my brothers. I don't even want your input because I've been to get mad at you too. Okay,
For saying something,
Who you
right.
talking about?
because we gonna get back cool tomorrow because they gonna need me to do
Within the
something.
next few hours, my mama. That's who I beef with every day.
My mama
Me and her
too.
be
Ooh,
beefing, and
baby.
I call
Me and
James.
my
By the
mama,
time
baby.
I'm almost done
Same.
talking to him, she be clicking back in, telling me, "What's up with you?" What?
We just
But
had
I
an
think
argument.
that's the fun and that's the love
Yes,
in it. You know,
yes,
like when I
yes.
first launched Almost Rich, I had a big feud with me, Mario, Juke, and my mama. It was all four of us. We was in a group text. Everybody was arguing. And you know, I had never gotten to argue with Juke. Like I got to argue with Mario and my mom so many times, but Juke, I was just crying so bad because and all them showed up to my lunch party because I wasn't talking to nobody.
I remember that.
But you know, that's just how like
Yeah.
you don't talk about it, they just show up
Yeah.
dressed in the Almost Rich shirt.
It's
like,
not like
we here
they
for
not-
support. We still
Right.
mad at you, but
You know they
Yeah.
gonna
We know
be there
you-
to support.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Without a doubt.
good.
that's just family.
It's
You
just
get what I'm
family,
saying?
especially our family. We
Yeah.
gonna support each other no
Get
matter
mad,
I
and we're
love
gonna be
that.
celebrating some the next Wednesday.
Right.
Yeah.
Or Tuesday.
what. The next day.
Or the next day, and
Right.
pretending that nothing has happened.
Period.
My Auntie Jerry, thank you, Auntie Jerry, for always making us forget that
Keeping
everybody's getting
the family together.
Yes.
Yes.
You know,
Thank
she
you,
said
Auntie.
she made a promise when Grandma died to keep the family together.
I'm so
She
glad,
has
like
done
soul
that.
food. Thank you, Lord.
She has
It
done that.
worked. It really worked, cause baby, we ain't going nowhere. When she say dinner at 6,
Everybody
and you
there.
get there at 5:42 because you're hoping that something is ready that you can really
Right.
You know what? And then you sit and think about like people that don't have like really good relationships with their moms and
Yeah, that's
doesn't
it.
have good relationship with their dads, their brothers, and you know sometimes you be like you can't even relate. Like I can't even relate to a person that's
Well,
not
I can
close to their
relate
mom.
about the dad one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
my
can-
real
I
dad.
think
I wasn't
statistically,
doing like that, but yeah.
which is unfortunately, and I think, thank God, I don't know, I'm glad that the rappers have taken on this whole wanting families again because
Yeah.
it makes the little young dudes want to have families too.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
they just want to see what's, you know,
Right.
what they see, you know, mirror image, they trying to be whatever. But like in the black community, I mean, for sure I know our family, there were a lot of single mothers, like, you know, where the
Absent
woman
fathers, yeah.
had to be strong. And I do think it's weird. That's one relationship that is weird. Like, I'm not mad at my dad. Like, we are close now. Like, we spend time together. Like, we have the bond that we have. But it's also, like, awkward because
Yeah.
it's one of those things, like, I love you, but it's in the form of talking about relationships romantically, how they say that a woman should look to how her dad treated her,
Right.
to know how, you know, the affection or attention that she needed from men. I can use India for example. When we were in middle school, her dad, who raised her, was buying her like diamond necklaces and like doing really sweet things for her all the time and like being very affectionate with her. And like, I can remember us getting older and certain things that I would tolerate from boys, like even in high school,
She was
like, my daddy said. And so I do think that also
That's a
can
factor,
have an
yeah.
effect
Absolutely.
on daughters going into dating and
Yeah.
what type of men or women they choose to be with.
Yeah,
'Cause
Yeah,
Right.
for
based
sure.
on that, I'm not necessarily saying you looking for your daddy and anybody.
Right.
I definitely don't feel that because I did have a man there to show me,
I did,
you know,
too.
the right way as far as, you know, what was deserved, you know, what a woman was deserving of with, you know, making sure that a man put gas in your car, wash your car, you know,
Yeah.
make sure you was straight, make sure,
Right.
you know, you just not gonna be no damn fool.
Yeah.
But in another sense, it's like that relationship, how do you how like, for me, I guess it's easier because my dad is like really funny and it's a little bit easier for us to navigate, but we never really have
the talk.
serious conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my dad didn't
Yeah.
either.
I've had that talk
Exactly.
with my dad, and we did talk, and he told me how he felt and reasons why he wasn't there for me, but the relationship hasn't changed. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, at least you
I
get
guess
the
we had
answers.
it.
And
Yeah.
you got the,
Yeah.
and
I ain't
then
gonna say the
too, like
closure, but-
you cannot help what people don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
But I
But
think
it's that
I still
excuse.
think when you have somebody like, okay, just say like if I wasn't loved and nurtured by my mom, if I was a mom, I wouldn't want my child to have that, so I would try to
You
do
would
better.
go over
Yeah.
there.
So I would think that people would do that, like just like with my
Yeah.
dad, but
Yeah.
they don't.
no, they
And
don't.
then I guess it goes both ways because you will see people that their dad want there and they like the best dad.
Yeah.
Cheaper.
But then you will see some that their dad want there and then they cool with not
Exactly.
being there for
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
I guess it's I don't know.
It's just like
But I think like what Kim say, like I can relate to that because I think I always look for guys that were like my brothers because that's who raised me. And you know, my dad didn't raise me, and we mended our relationship like my 12th grade year. Like that's when he came back around. He was like a wonderful granddaddy to my to Ray because Chance wasn't born, but. And I told him one day, and I said, I think God gave you a second chance. You know, like with Ray, and he was, you know, you remember he would bring Ray flowers to the daycare. He would bring me like
Money,
thousands of dollars for her. I'm like, you ain't never did this for me, but you know, it was just like he was giving a second chance.
Yeah.
And rest in peace. He has passed, but we did like literally have a talk like right before he died. He asked me, he said, if I died, would you feel like that? Because him and Erica had a conversation about her dad, and he was like, if I died, would you feel that same way what Erica just said? And I said, you know what? I wouldn't, because my mom and my brothers didn't let your absence affect me.
Yeah, that's what I.
So that's a big thing with if you know what I'm saying? Like my dad was not there, but like I can't really say like I missed things because he wasn't there. Like I was craving for things because I guess maybe my mom and my brothers went over and beyond to make me not miss, you know, that affection from my daddy. And but I still do think that I, you know, chose street guys or because I modeled them after my brothers. That's who raised me. Those were my father figures, like those who I admired growing up, those who I looked up to, those the people who took care of me. You get what I'm saying? Like still to this day, like I think nothing or no one is above Mario and Juke. You get what I'm saying? Like that's how I was raised, and you know, so I do believe that you can, you know, look for that in the guys, like the person that you know raised you.
And then sometimes I think it's a blessing that even though you probably feel like your daddy was a good person when you start back talking to him when you was in the 12th grade, I think that it's a blessing that you probably didn't have him in your life at the time, because he probably wouldn't have been what you thought a father would have been.
Right.
Just like I feel like
Oh my gosh.
my sisters, when I talk to my sisters on my dad's side, the way they say, I mean the way like my dad, he cherishes like my baby sister, but the other two, the way the middle one talk, you would think my dad was like the worst person in the world. And I was like,
So you wouldn't even want to experience
I
that.
told her the other day, she was
Yeah.
she was telling me stuff the other day, and I was like, what blew my mind was she told my daddy just bought a $400,000 house. I have not talked to him. He has not called me and said anything about him buying the house. I called my stepmom and I was like, hey, I was about to come and see y'all, but you know, the COVID thing going on. I'm still thinking they staying on Overton Crossing. But Ebony called me and said, I think your dad moved because I don't see their cars out there. So I called my sister and I was like, Daddy done moved? She was like, I was like, it's either yes or no. She was like, yeah, but they don't want nobody to know they moved. If my mama go buy a piece of tissue from the grocery store, I'm gonna know. You know, like
it's just stuff.
it's
like
just
that.
stuff you talking to your. But then, like you went about a house, you haven't even spoken to me. And when I called my stepmama, you had bought the house at the time. And when I called my stepmama, I'm thinking she like this great person, and I'm like, well, if she was such a good person, she should have been let my dad be nothing. So you married to him, so you know, so
Yeah.
I called and she.
That's a
I
whole
just
we
don't.
can talk about that.
I thought she was so.
Yes.
I thought she was like so
Yeah.
good to, you know, so good of a person until I thought about it. Like, damn, you married this man. You should have let him, you know. But anyway, so I'm
telling
talking
the
to my
kids.
stepmama. She was like,
that goes for me.
I don't even understand how you
got
purchase a home. Not you moved the stuff in your house by yourself. You didn't call movers. You didn't call your child, me in Memphis, to come and help you move, or anything. Like you didn't even say, "Hey, Ice, we just bought a house," or anything. Like so, when I talked to my sister, it's all like hush hush that they bought a house, and she was telling me different things about my dad. I was like on the phone, babe. I'm glad I had a mama because had I had to be over there,
And you just gotta be thankful.
Yeah.
Like,
and then my mama said the
Yeah.
same because she was like, just be blessed that you didn't have to experience all the stuff she's saying. Because baby, I would have burnt the whole house down.
Yeah,
I'm so thankful for my mama.
Same.
Very.
Exactly.
My mom and grandma. Oh my God.
Yes.
I had $20 every day on the way to school.
I
Period.
didn't even have that.
Bye,
Period.
baby.
I didn't have
Bye.
any, but I had a
$20 every day.
$1.25 for lunch.
$20 every day. I don't know why. that she thought I needed $20. Thank you, Grandma. R.I.P. I love you.
I had
so much.
$2 every day.
But she
I
gave
had
out people to the
$1.25.
point where
$2.
That's
people
how
didn't
much
even
it
like to give
costs.
her gifts
Because she was
because
gonna
they
give
knew
it away.
that she was gonna hand it back
I
out in their
remember.
face.
Yeah, I remember.
Like
Yeah.
this just how she was. But
Yeah.
you know, as far as speaking, you know, piggybacking off of what you said, relationally, women who date men, and they have children, and for whatever reason, you decide that you don't want that child in y'all's life because it's not
It's
yours.
crazy.
No,
It's a turn off.
Where they do that at?
I know.
that's not fair.
Like, how can you how can you date a guy that's not providing
For his
for
child.
his child? Second, how can you be in a relationship with a guy if he has a baby outside of your relationship? Then that child is not welcome.
But you still there.
But
Yeah.
you still there, so you
But see, you
accepting the
accepting
man,
him, but
but
you
you
not
not
accept the
accepting the
man,
child.
but you don't accept the
it
child.
that
That's
doesn't
right.
make sense. When
It
the
doesn't.
child is innocent, it has
You
nothing
got to
do with
accept
it.
Right.
both.
But
If you're gonna accept
two,
him,
the
you got to
man
accept
should
the
be a
child.
man.
You should be a man
and-
that
Stand up, put his
Yeah,
feet
yeah.
down.
And your child should come
Yes.
first. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Regardless.
Yeah.
I remember I was
Exactly.
dating a guy one time, and he had came to the house and had bought his kids some shoes, left the shoes in the trunk, but he bought the outside kids that weren't living with us shoes, but didn't buy the kids inside the house shoes. And so I went to the trunk to get something out the trunk, and I'm like, you bought them some shoes, but you didn't buy the ones inside your house that you got to look at every day. Like, why you didn't buy them some shoes too?
Yeah.
We got into an
Yeah,
argument about that. I'm
exactly.
like, this the stupid. Why would you show a difference to some kids that's yours? They're not even mine.
And then also with women dating guys and you don't make them do for your kids
Yeah.
just like they'll do for his.
Yeah, for
or
their
even
own.
a man
Yeah.
dating a woman that's not gonna, take your kids in.
That's
If you go
crazy.
to the mall
Yeah.
and you buy something for your kids
Get everybody.
and my kids in the house, we all one, baby. We all you
Package
gotta
deal.
me, Ray, and Chance coming.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And as one. If you want me, you want them too.
I
Exactly.
mean, even with me,
So,
you know,
yeah.
I just can't remember like, let's see, I'm 32, so Ellie is almost 6. So we was in our early 20s. I remember him being like, got something to tell you.
At least he told me.
Right.
This girl saying she pregnant.
How did you feel?
I was like devastated. Like I couldn't believe it. Like you got to think about it. Even though, and this is crazy, because a lot of people always think about us and say we've been together 20 years, and they like, y'all been together 20 years. Y'all should have been got married. Well, we weren't together the whole time. You
Right. How
know,
long
we
y'all
were
been
both. We started dating in
20
12th grade. No, not 20
I'm about to
years.
say,
no,
hold up, Lakeem.
No. We started like dating in high school, when we met in 12th grade, but we actually didn't officially say we were boyfriend and girlfriend until after high school, like when we started freshman year of college. And so, we was both, young, crazy, we would break up, get back together, break up, get back together. And he was doing his thing, I'm doing my thing, then you get caught up. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're inconsistent with each other, you all over the place. He fucked up. You know what I mean?
Right.
He came to me. I decided I didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
It was too much to process, too much to deal with. I ain't got no baby by you. I thought we were going to have our first baby together. So,
Right.
no, go away.
Right.
And I think when Elliot maybe turned about 6 months, I kind of started getting a little soft, a little soft. And then I was like, okay. When I saw her, she had his entire face.
Yes, she
Yes, she
still
does.
does.
And she still does. And I was like, damn, he got a baby.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was talking to my mom, and I was just, kind of like, okay, what you gonna do? Because you either got to decide
Yeah.
You all in.
if you all in, right, or you all out. Because
You can't.
look, she is a constant reminder that he's been with somebody else.
Yeah.
Even if it was for 2 minutes or 2 years, it was somebody that wasn't me, and they had a child.
Right.
But when I decided that I wanted to be with him and that was not going to affect what we were doing, what sense would it have made for me to be like, and fuck that baby?
To hate the baby.
No.
And she is not her
She's
fault.
innocent.
Yeah.
And she has no idea
What
that she got here in any circumstance other than I'm Coco, he's Poppy, and she got Mommy.
Yeah.
Right.
She just know the three of us.
Right.
She don't know what happened, when it happened. how it happened. She just knows that she's here. And I feel like I'm glad that I took, the initiative to just not be nasty, because I just think it makes for a nasty, I hear about people who, can't get along with the baby mama, but you stay with the dude, but I can't stand her. Girl.
That's so stressful, it seems.
And sometimes it is the man, they play games with the women. And, you still smashing your baby mama, but telling your girlfriend ain't nothing going on. And, that's toxic. But for us, I think the transition was smooth because he really was honest once the baby got here. He was like, okay, I want it to get messy. I want it to be clean. Yeah. And so I had to decide, okay, where do you stand with this? Right. Yeah. And once I took that stance, that was it. But had I took him back and been like, oh, and by the way, that baby ain't welcome in our relationship, how does that work?
It would have forever been.
It doesn't.
It would have been drama the whole
always
time.
Toxic.
Because it comes to, okay, now the man has to keep the lie up. We know the men.
They gonna lie.
They gonna sneak over the baby mama house to see the baby at least 3 times when they first born.
Yeah.
Before they forget that they got a son or daughter out here in the world. They going over there at least 3 times, ladies.
At least 3 times.
He's gone over there at least 3 times to see that baby. Okay? If he told you he ain't seen that baby, he lying. That baby look just like that man.
See how the baby
First, he went the first time to see if the baby was light or dark skinned.
If it was really here.
Yeah. Okay, did she really have it?
Did she really have it?
The second time he went to see if the baby had his nose or eyes.
Damn.
The third time he just went back because he was like, damn, that's my
This
baby.
really my baby.
Yeah, I got a home.
So sweet.
Give me a little baby. So you got it. Like, if you gonna deal with that, it's all or nothing, baby.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I could look at Elliot every day and have any resentment for that situation.
Right.
And care and love her and honestly be what I need to be to her.
Yeah.
Right.
With the dynamic that we have.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's with anybody, grown-ups or kids. When you feel any sort of ill will, you're going to be mean even if you're not trying to be. It's going to be unintentional. You're just going to be nasty.
Yeah.
And she is so cute. You can never deny her little self.
I couldn't even imagine our relationship without her.
Right.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
Like people be like, do you regret? I mean, she's a whole baby. Ain't no regrets. She here.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
she is a part of what's going on.
And you couldn't have told me. Now, don't get me wrong. Nobody could have told me that I was going to be with that man after he had a baby.
Right.
I was like, I'm moving on. I'm going on. I got so many boyfriends. I'm going, bye-bye. Bye. Love you. Be with your family. And he was like, I don't want to. I'm trying to be with you. I know what happened. I know I messed up. And so that's the thing, too. The men have to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to admit, accept, and, move forward to making sure that you on the right track and you're not doing this same stuff again.
Yeah, yeah.
Or it ain't gonna work.
No, please don't build me up to let me down, honey.
Please.
Then that's when snaps happens.
Oh,
Okay.
And my fatal attraction.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. And you'd be like, oh, he died like that. Yeah.
So serious. Just like that.
And just like we forgive these men, ladies, we have to forgive our friends.
And family.
And family when things happen that we don't like and we fall out with boo boo, because I feel like romantic love is so much deeper than any other love.
Yeah.
Because you really like that person has had your
And imagine
everything.
how many times you go back to a man that you say, I'm never
I
going
don't.
back to
Never
that.
going back to him.
I don't.
Go back to men.
Ooh, girl,
It's like, I don't know, like I say, like I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna stay, but then like it could be 30 days at max, I'm leaving. Cause I be thinking about it every night.
But you know, when I make my mind up, I do stuff too.
Like,
Remember
I
that time
can't-
you said you weren't going.
Yeah, she said it.
But
I have gone back.
I have
I don't know. I try to work. I'm trying to work on it now, like to talk back to somebody that did something to hurt me, but
I think
I know,
with
right?
me,
It's
like,
just
every
keep
time it
thinking
just
about it.
He said, "You gonna keep bringing? I'm gonna keep bringing it up."
yeah,
But
they
then
don't
if
want
you're
that.
wanna
gonna
keep
forgive
hearing
him, then
But
you gotta.
I didn't tell him I was gonna forgive him.
Okay.
He making me forgive him. He making me forgive
Okay,
him.
so there's the thing.
Yeah.
But
You
I
have
think
to
my
forgive him
thing
when
with
you're ready.
people too is like, you know how you I always try to see the good in the person.
Right.
Yeah.
I always try to understand where that person is coming from.
Right.
Even when you know they did something wrong, you always
Right.
try to. I think that's kind of like part of my problem too. Like with women that, you know, friends and like guys, whatever, you always try to like see the other side.
Yeah.
Or try to always be positive about it, you know. I thought I was gonna never talk to her again. I thought I was never be friends with, you know,
but my mama made me.
And that was like, you know, a really big thing for me, you know, y'all know, like, and it was like, that year I think was like one of my worst years. Like, I think I fell out with my favorite cousin because even before being with y'all, how I'd be like, it was me and Icis, you know. And then, you know, Nell and Woosa were my, you know, best friends. And like, I felt like I lost like my two best friends, my cousin, and then my daddy died.
Yeah.
And although like we talking about like my daddy wasn't there, it was like, I guess it kind of like, dang, I didn't finish. Like, you know, so it's like a lot of little things. You know, we had planned out these things and these businesses I said I was gonna do, we were gonna do together. So that was like, then I went through those legal issues, you know, that I feel like I was wronged about. So it was like just a lot that just went on with me. Like that year, ended up getting pregnant. So it was just like, so much went on like that year. That was like one of my worst years. But that was you know, you look back, I think, and just be like,
it was stressful for me too.
Mom, I made it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Going into the hospital the day having King. Remember, that's like when it all started.
Yeah,
the day I went in
yeah.
the hospital to have King, which was like April 1st, 2015. And baby, it was just so much stress with this situation.
I remember that because your mama was up there.
It was so stressful. Like, that was like one stressful year.
It was a lot. Jay had Elliot the day before you had King.
Oh my God.
Yep.
On my grandma's birthday.
Sure did.
Wow.
Dang.
On Bobby's birthday.
Yep.
And I was like, why you ain't have on your own birthday?
Oh,
on your
on the
birthday. And now I'm like, I love her. She remind me of my little sweet grandma. Just funny, be saying anything. Wearing mismatched clothes. I love it.
Yes,
but I guess when you just look back and you just
with
us, like we like family, you know, we just I guess we just, no matter what we go through, you know, we done argue with a few aunties a few times and cousins, and we just, I guess we just family for life.
My mama made me come back around. She came, I was sitting up in the room and she came in, she said, before I die.
I think the first time you came back around was Rodney's birthday.
Yeah,
that was the first time.
She said before
but he
I
called
die.
You too, right?
Yeah, he called me. And then my mama said, before I die, I want you to talk to Pooh. You know that's my niece, right?
Why you ain't come to my dad's funeral?